I mean, I'm not going to mention names because obviously, protecting data, but I have bought most, if not 90% of the courses, on IG that they would say would make you profitable. I have bought almost all of them. And I'm saying this because,
Hey guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. And today I'm welcoming Precious, who's one of our funded students in Evolution Markets. Today we're going to be talking about what recent success Precious has had. What are the key variables, the key things that have changed in his trading the last few months that's got him to funded status and reaching payouts as well. So welcome to the channel, Precious. How are you doing?
thank you. Thank you, Scott. I am well. I am well. And yourself?
Awesome. Yeah, very good. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Thanks for
Lovely.
asking. So,
Thank you.
for those that obviously don't know who you are, give us a bit of a brief background story. Where are you from? I know you're in the UK, and tell us when you started trading. How long ago was that?
So, once again, thank you so much. I'm Precious. I'm Nigerian, and I'm British. Well, born in Nigeria. So trading for me has been a beautiful journey. I would say beautiful in the sense that how I started trading was through a friend who, by means of his uni, had an opportunity to get into an hedge fund training. And then he spoke to me about this. And I was like, you know what? This is a good opportunity. I've seen people with the charts and everything. So, I mean, I'm an IT engineer by profession. And I mean, somewhat money wasn't really the issue, getting to trade. But everybody wants to make more money, let's be honest. And obviously looking at we'll call them the Instagram forex gurus, driving Lamborghinis or private yachts and, working from the beach and all of this stuff was really fascinating. And, I think that was what drew my attention to trading then. And I did invested some money on him or with him rather. Um, I bought a laptop and blah, blah, blah for him. And you know what, listen, I'm confused looking at this old candlestick and chart and whatnot. You do you, you just do your thing. And we made some money, but we couldn't withdraw any because we made good money and then we lost it. So we made money and then we lost it. So really and truly, we didn't make money, but we saw some good money, profit, and because of discipline and stuff. So I think this started, I think, with around 2016, 2017-ish.
Mhm.
So 2 years down the line, 2019, during the COVID, I think 2019, 2020, during when COVID was starting and everything, I, because I've invested a lot of money in this thing and we weren't seeing any profits, I just, for some reason, took interest in it. And I was like, you know what, yeah, let's do this. So I started learning, started buying courses. And I must say this, I think this would help someone. So I had a company and during I can't remember what it was, but I believe some of you would know about the bounce back loan.
Mhm.
So I took the bounce back loan, trying to invest in some business and some stuff and blah. But honestly, I used the bounce back loan to start trading. I am guilty as charged, and I did lose all of it, a lot of it, a lot.
This
I
was
mean,
around 2020.
2020, yeah,
Yeah.
2020. And not just in trading, but in buying courses. I mean, I'm not going to mention names because
Mhm.
obviously, protecting data, but I have bought most, if not 90% of the courses, on IG that they would say would make you profitable. I have bought almost all of them. And I'm saying this because the first instinct that every trader, I believe every trader has, is they want to make loads of money in a short space of time and they want to start driving those Lamborghinis, those fancy stuff and whatever. So for me, getting to know or coming across evolution market, I would say that has changed my life, my mindset. You know, I mean, I thank God for some, obviously, what's it called? Some traders I begin to find out about on social media and some of them has actually what's the word influenced me positively. I think one of them did say something one time, and he said, "For you to actually become successful as a trader, you need to."
I'll just pause the video there and give you a little bit more information about who I am. If you didn't know already, my name's Scott Taylor. I'm a co-founder of Evolution Markets FX, where we help create traders following a mechanical rule-based system, trading off the higher time frame, helping our traders go from 0 to funded within a period of 6 to 12 months. We teach with a full broken down video course library that you can see here. Every element of the strategy is broken down, including fundamentals, technicals, psychologicals, and more. We also have a Discord community where like-minded traders and a professional group help each other out, and it's where you can ask the coaches questions, you can celebrate your wins, and everybody grows together. Just like our successful traders like these who have gained funding recently, and those that are achieving regular payouts like these. So if you're interested in learning our mechanical trading edge and becoming consistent, profitable, and funded, look at the description below and there'll be some links to join the mentorship. Anyway, back to the video.
Follow every toxicity around you. I'm just paraphrasing. That was what I took from what he said. And I think, Tom, I did commented this on one of your posts, that I think that one of the things a trader must do is, you need to get rid of toxic, in terms of relationship, in terms of habits, in terms of things that is not, what's the word, benefiting your mind. And that comes, and we can actually classify these so-called forest gurus into that kind of toxicity as well. Because when you go on social media, you see them driving the Lambos, you see them driving the cars, going on clubs, popping champagne and wearing Rolexes and whatnot. And that becomes the idea, or that becomes your focus for trading. But it shouldn't really be, because that's toxic. So one of the things I did was I started unfollowing every single Forex guru, even the ones I bought their courses, even the ones I've invested, I've paid for signals or whatever. I unfollowed all of them, deleted them off Discord, deleted them off my Telegram. I just like, let's start again. Let's get this new picture. I think it's just like driving. I remember when I came to UK, driving I was a good driver in Nigeria, but when I took the UK driving test, I failed 3 times. But to be honest, I was driving okay in Nigeria. That was because the regulations and, the skill of driving here is regulated, and there's certain things you need to do. So obviously, coming from back in Nigeria driving, we have these bad habits we've accumulated, sometimes driving with one hand, cruising and not looking at your mirror, or, having a proper check before you drive off and stuff. So over time, you may think you're doing it rightly, but you have a lot of bad habits, and you would need to continuously do the good things to eradicate those bad habits, So for me,
like they say, like 95% of your thoughts are the same day to day. That's the power of the subconscious. So I like what you said there. You may think that you're doing the right thing, but actually you're doing mostly the same thing you were doing yesterday.
Yeah.
So you have to consciously be pushing yourself forwards and refining yourself, looking at things. How can I improve things? And sometimes you've just got to do a refresh and unfollow people and go, okay, taking a step back from a fresh perspective. What do I need to fix?
Yeah.
And it looks like that's what you did.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, definitely. I think, it still goes with the analogy of, planting crops and stuff, and you need to get the weeds out for the actual crops to grow. So I think in an industry whereby there's so many fakes and there's so many diversions, and the reason why I'm using the word diversion is because, when you have a vision, and you have another vision, then you have two visions, so it's actually to focus on the goal. So what is the goal for me right now? The goal of trading is to be able to have time and freedom to do other things that I can accomplish in life, not just doing 9 to 5, getting home at 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, and you don't have time to spend with your family, and you don't have time to do other things. So for me, trading is that freedom. And honestly, I think trading has actually helped me become a better person, in terms of patience and in terms of dealing with people, and just life generally, So going back to the subject, I found Evolution Market via one of Scott's video on Instagram. I think it was just talking about what was he talking about? I think you were talking about entry and risk management on that particular video. And I was like, hey, this guy is so calm and collected. Like, there
It's
was
out there
something.
waiting for the ticks, the boxes to be ticked,
You get what
right?
I'm saying? So I was like, there was something about this guy I needed to know, something about this guy I needed to see. And I I remember going through all your videos on YouTube and trying to watch them. And so I started following you, honestly. I started
Mhm.
following you on Instagram, started following your videos on YouTube. And I think it was December last year. I then said, okay, you know what? Let me follow closely. So what I did then was I paid for one of your courses. It was your one then was the Power of Two 1.0. So I
Mhm.
paid for a month because I couldn't really now. This is me being an IT engineer, but now I'm broke because I've trust me, I've lost a lot of money, which I believe we all did at one point. But honestly, sorry, before I say whatever I want to say, I think we often blame the market and we often blame what's it called, mentors or whatever it is. But really and truly, we should blame ourselves because trading and the result you get from trading is just what you have inside. So once it's like giga in, giga out. So once you're profitable in your mind, it will show on the chart. And profitability is all about patience and discipline. So I think I then bought one of your course. So I paid for 1 month. That was it. I paid for 1 month because I couldn't really afford continue the subscription. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to pay for 1 month, and in that month, I'm going
You
to learn
test the water,
every.
right?
I think it wasn't really testing the water because I was confident. For some reason, I was just like, you know what? This is the place I needed to be, but I didn't really have the money to keep on paying. If you get what I'm
Mm,
saying. So I
mm.
was like, you know what? I'm going to learn as much as I can on that 1 month. I'm going to learn everything, and just grab it all in. So that's what I did. So I paid for that 1 month, and that was December. Like it was December, and I
Mhm.
learned the Power of Two 1.0. And listen, I learned it because day
You went
and
through
night
many
I
videos in
was
30
on it.
days.
Yes, I was on it, watching it back and forth, and then I obviously ended my subscription. And
And what was the
yeah,
process then?
so
So you joined, you started watching the videos religiously because you had quite a lot to get through in a 30-day window.
yeah,
What was the next stage? Were you getting onto like testing, some data collection, back testing at that stage after that?
yes.
Yeah.
So after watching those videos, I did a lot of testing. I did a lot of testing. I paid for my trading view subscription and then doing a lot of back testing. I even started teaching it to other people. So like some kind of colleagues and friends, we trade
Mm.
as well. And to be honest, I think in teaching it kind of made me understood it more in a way.
Yeah, I mean, teaching someone else something actually makes it easier for you to remember. It's one of the best
Yeah.
things you can do. Like watching a video is one thing, and then making notes, writing down while you're watching
Yeah.
it increases the memory by like something like 50%. But like teaching
Yeah.
it to someone else, I think the stats are like 75, 80%, solidifies it in the mind. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so I started teaching it, and by teaching, I started seeing some errors I was doing personally, like waiting for SFT strong follow through, and then just kind of the different breakouts and all of that. So, but in all, I think one of the things that Evolution Market has brought to me is the ability to wait and to be systematic and mathematical with your trading. That is something that I've never. I mean, obviously mentors will come, say, oh, be patient, be this, be that. But I think for you to do anything, there needs to be that sort of foundation and groundwork to help you become patient, if that makes sense. So the what's it called? The to-do list or the tick boxes. Good. That reminds me, there was even a trading plan. There we go. Because I know there was something I was missing. So there's a trading plan and that was on the website, and I still have it on my Notion. I think it's a Notion. Yeah, I still have it on my Notion. So kind of to-do list and things you need to take. So wait for a break, wait for a sweep. It has to happen in session and all of these things that I did put down. So those really helped me because it is like if this doesn't happen, then don't do this. If this
Yeah.
happened, then you can do this. And if you're not seeing this, then there's no need of doing it. Now, to be honest, did I flunk a lot of those things and still do it anyway? Yes, because it's habits. These are things that are still on there. And even right now, do I still do some silly mistakes as to entering before a sweep or seeing just a little bit of sweep and just that eagerness to train? It does come. But I would say it is, I have grown over these mistakes compared to
Yeah.
what I was doing before.
Those
And
things happen less often now.
less often, that's it. And then you can see, because have I been frauded before? Yes, by hook and trick, either by massive news hitting TP or just getting into a trade and you don't
Almost
even know how it
gambling
happened,
to
but
get
it
funded,
happened,
right?
like a gamble, right?
Mm.
And then the quicker this funding comes, the quicker they go. So they come in and they go, and then, but the proof is there on my funding pip, being funded and having 3 payouts, which has never happened before. So it has to be a skill now, because right now I think it's not about gambling, is that I have a skill. And even though I lose a funding challenge, which I mean, sorry, a funded account, which could happen, I know now that I have a skill, and I then know that I'm not where I used to be like 2 years ago or a year, even what am I talking about, 6 months ago or 3 months ago, because I have found a system that doesn't just work, but a community that does help you grow. And I remember I took a trade. One of the trade I took, I think it was, can't remember, it wasn't an NFP, it was one of the news. And I posted a trade in the community, and someone did say, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." And to be honest, I really found that helpful, because it just means that everybody is looking after everybody, in the sense that, I think, in as much as you made profit from that, that shouldn't be the norm, and you shouldn't be having. And I found that really, 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 really beautiful, because it shows that it's a community, it's a family, and everyone, you have people that are holding, or you're holding accountable, and they're holding you accountable as well. So for me, I mean, I'm not trying to be biased, but I would say Evolution Market has been that turning point in my trading career. I've not joined any other what's it called, community that is better than Evolution Market, but I would say Evolution Market is the best trading platform,
That's awesome to hear,
trading
man.
community
And like
I
you say,
have
you've
been in.
been
And
you've been around the block. You've been
I have been
here and
around the block.
everywhere.
Trust me. I don't want to mention names, but I have
No, it's
been
not about that.
around the block.
But like one of the things we spoke about last week when we had a chat was
Yeah.
you before you joined the mentorship. A lot of it was a hybrid trading style of what you learned from this person, what you learned from that video, what you learned
Mm-hmm.
from this course, and you were trying to kind of piece the puzzle, piece the
Together.
puzzle together, right? And you could
Mm-hmm.
never
Mm-hmm.
really do that. And then that was probably the reason why at the time, even though you were successful in obtaining funding previously, but as you mentioned, more from like a gamble. This is now the first time you actually got a systemized mechanical approach. Like you mentioned those tick boxes, right? And
Yeah.
that has not only helped you from a technical standpoint and the physicalities of gaining funded and having 3 payouts, which shows consistency.
Mm-hmm.
It's also helping your day-to-day, your mindset, your patience, probably edging into your personal life as well, all of those
Yeah.
self-development things.
Yeah.
And that's awesome to see. That's incredible. It's
Thank
all
you.
about,
Thank you.
forming those healthy habits. And
Definitely.
it's not easy to do that. Like you mentioned, like you posted you were short an NFP trade and someone in the community flagged that and said,
Yeah.
bro, you probably don't want to do that next time because
Yeah.
even though this one
Mm-hmm.
won, 9 out of 10 times you probably get a loss and a slippage. So they're doing
Yeah.
it from a place of,
Definitely.
love and respect.
Love. Yeah.
It's not going to change them whether you carry on trading the news, but it will affect you. And that's what it's all about, having
Mm-hmm.
it's like a winning team and everyone kind of
Mm-hmm.
winning together. And that's exactly why we're on the call, to share that. We want traders to succeed. The stats are there that 90% fail, but that's because I think most of them just give up. They don't
Let's
find
give up.
it
Definitely.
suitable for them. And the way we
Definitely.
trade probably isn't suitable for everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if
Mm-hmm.
we can touch as many people as possible and they can find a more simplified and systematic mechanical way of
Systematic way. Yeah.
trading and something that can fit within their work schedule, because you work full time. Tell
Yeah.
me about how it's like changed your day to day, going from where you were trading like lower time frames before and now you're entering off the 15-minute, right? So how has that
Yeah.
changed your day to day?
So currently, I'm talking about how I trade now. So I'm still between merging Power of 2 1.0 and Power of 2 2.0. So in a sense that I mix it together because both are beautiful in their own settings, and I think they fit perfectly together. So before, you want to catch that 1 to 20, 1 to 10, 1 to 15 risk reward. So it's almost like if you're not catching this higher risk to reward, then what the heck are you doing? You're not a good trader and stuff.
Mm.
And
That's the way it used to be taught.
yeah, and I think for me, that's not trading. I believe that trading is about not just about the profit you make, it's about the process and you following a process. I think in life, really and truly, in everything you do, either in whatever it is, it's not about the end goal, it's about the process. So for example, a university degree is not just about getting a certificate because it's just a piece of paper, right? But it's the process that got you to that piece of paper that is going to help you in your work life, and it's going to help you fly the plane. It's going to help you, be a surgeon or be a optician or whatever it is. So it's that process that you went through, and I think right now my training has changed, even working as well. So I can do full-time job and still be a trader. So what I do is I then set alerts on certain levels. For example, a 4 hour, maybe we're looking for a 4 hour, what's it called? And we have a 4 hour NFT, for example, and then I'm just waiting for a sweep. I'm just going to mark the high, set an alert, and when that alert goes off on my phone, sometimes I wear my Apple Watch or whatever it is, I see the alert and I go to my chart and say, okay, you know what? This is good. I'm going to get entry. And so, find out that unless I'm bored and just looking at the chart anyway, if I'm busy at work, I can actually have a productive day trading and also carry on with my work. So it's that, for example, waiting for a 4 hour candle to close. That's a good 4 hours,
Yeah,
and
that's it.
then
You got 4 hours to wait.
you got 4 hours to wait. And then after that 4 hours, you got maybe an extra 30 minutes or 15 minutes to wait before the trade forms. And even when the trade form, you want to sweep. So you have to wait to maybe like New York open. And then, so you find out that you don't have to sit down on your chart, really look at, okay, I want that sweep to happen now, or I'm waiting for a break. You just
Yeah.
gotta wait.
So it's
So
actually instilling good habits, the way the technical edge is set up, because you wait
definitely.
for the 4 hour confirmation, which, like
Hmm.
you say, will take at least 4 hours because you're waiting
Hmm.
for at least one 4 hour candle to close, sometimes 2 or 3 4 hour candles to close.
Yes.
So you're
Yeah,
like, okay, well, this probably won't happen till tomorrow. So guess what? I'm not looking at the charts today and I'll go and do other things. That's the beauty of it. And even when the 4 hour is set up, our entry time frame, which is the 15 minute, that can take 15, 30, 45,
it could take
90
another
minutes
four
to set up
hour.
as well. Yeah. So, and then, yeah, we're waiting for the sweep. It's instilling good habits. Whereas before, you mentioned that, it was a hybrid strategy of this thing and that thing. And
Yeah,
what you end up doing then, without realizing it, is you spent like 4 or 5 hours just looking at the same candles over and over again all day, searching for a trade that isn't actually there. So having that step back and that less is more approach, which most traders I speak to are after, that's really benefiting not only, again, your trading results, but also your day-to-day life. You're able to actually hold down that full-time job without any pressure of
definitely.
that knocking off
Problem.
into
Hmm.
work and getting into trouble at work, things like
Oh
that.
yeah. Oh yes. Trust me. I think again, it has to do with what's it called, yourself as well, because it does benefit you, and it's that urge of I always want to be in the market. It slowly kind of kicks it off the daily routine now. So you don't always want to be in the market. You're like, okay, whatever happens, I've got to wait. So I might as well get
Yeah.
busy doing
It's like a
something else.
mindset shift from I
Yeah.
want to be in a trade, so I'm going to stare at the charts, to I don't need to look at the charts because my alert's
Hmm.
not on. So
Gonna
it's a complete
definitely.
mindset shift.
Yeah. And I think to be honest, one of the things I really want to drill on as well, I think for anyone watching this and trying to get to the next level, I would say the word focus, I don't know what it means to anyone, but I think the word focus means to actually focus on one particular thing at a time. So my advice, which is what has helped me, is if you might want to sign up for Evolution Market, you might want to sign up for any other trading market, but I would say you need to get rid of the noises, you know. So if you're following the evolution market, personally for me, I would say unfollow every single trader on Instagram and unfollow everyone on Telegram, and make sure you only have one channel at a time, one group at a time, until you have consciously shift from that mindset of having different voices in your head and having just one voice in your head. So by different voices, I mean by different strategies, and you just have one strategy in your head. That for me, I think that was the golden thing that is beginning to happen to me. So I'm not where I want to be, but I know I have shifted from where I was, in the sense that I'm looking at this and I'm seeing this trader, because they drive a Lamborghini and they're doing this and they're selling EU. And I know for a fact that he should be buying. I'm like, you know what do I know? I don't have a Lamborghini. They have a Lamborghini, so I'm going to follow them. And then you end up taking their signal, doing what they're calling out, and then you're blowing your account. And to be honest, what actually happens is, because you trust these people so much based on what they show you, instead of you risking a 1%, you'd be like, oh, you know what? So and so called EU buy. Listen, I'm going all in. 10 lot, 20 lot, 15 lots on a 10K account or a 25K account. And then 5 pip, 10 pip, you're blowing your account. So again, I'm going to say is having that shift to be able, or I think it's the discipline to be able to say, you know, listen, I'm going to focus on one thing, and that thing is evolution market. I'm just going to be in evolution market. I'm going to be here. And again, these are people to evolution markets, you know, students that are following all other, you know, traders as well. It's up to you. But for me, my advice is get rid of all the noises and just focus on this and grow. Because to be honest, having one trade a month from evolution market, or two, which is 6%, right? Because we do one to two or 1 to 3, would set you up for life. So if you have a 100K account, that's a $6,000, you know,
Yeah,
every month.
we know from data. I've done recent polls where would the majority rather, you know, 1, 2, 3 trades a week, or 1, 2, 3 trades a day, like
Yeah,
way into the 85% bracket, where most
definitely.
people would like the less is more. And it's, you're either in the one of these two brackets where you either don't want to stare at the charts. Like I have the ability to stare at TradingView all day if I wanted to, but been there, done that, and it's boring, right?
It
And it
is.
doesn't
It
serve you
is.
either. And
Mm-hmm.
also, most people don't have the ability to do that. I didn't always have the ability. I had a fitness business before, and I had to work on that. I was in the car, I was in meetings, I was with clients, doing other things, and you can't dedicate that much time to the charts. So it's
Time.
not sustainable. So it's
Yeah.
finding something that, like you say, like reduce the noise in the charts from a technical standpoint, have more systematic rules to follow, maybe go up a few time frames so you can wait longer between things that are happening. So rather than waiting for a 5-minute candle to close,
Yeah.
wait for a 4-hour candle to close.
Yeah.
And I do like what you say there in terms of social media. It's so easy to just get into this habit of seeing this one guy that's in Miami on a yacht, or driving a Lamborghini in Dubai. And you know, I like materialistic things, but if you focus on a materialistic thing, it's going to make you more impatient. Because
Definitely.
if you're looking at EU on the charts and you think, I want to buy that Lamborghini Aventador, your lot size is going to increase, and you're going to start taking trades that probably aren't even there, or you're going to take
Even
lower
then.
probability trades. Whereas if you
Yeah.
focus on one person, maybe one mentor, one strategy, even if it isn't us, just pick one, and then
Yeah.
focus on the process rather than the end goal. Even if it,
Yeah.
let's say if the next end goal, not the ultimate, but the next end goal is to pass a funding challenge, still don't
Challenge.
focus on that 10% profit target. Focus on what do I
Definitely.
need to do today? Do I need to focus
Definitely.
on the 4-hour candle? Do I need to focus on daily bias? Do I need to focus on selling or buying? What, you know,
Buying.
what's the market telling me? Or is it a day where I need to sit on my hands? Because the traders that reach out to me on a daily basis to say, you know what, I took a couple of losses today, and I'm like, okay, how come? They say, I was just over trading. You know, I got emotional. I got impatient. I started taking trades that weren't even there.
Yeah.
Nine times out of 10, that's where the string of losses come from. And sometimes the
Definitely.
best strategy out there, you take drawdowns. But if you can try and stick to a mechanical process as much as possible, and the mindset of consistency is being patient, you'll take far less losses than you should.
Then you
Absolutely.
should.
And that's what's going to help you in the long run. And that's what's helping you So I
Hmm.
appreciate you sharing your journey with us. That's
Thank
incredible.
you.
Like, to finish off, like,
Thank
what
you.
would you say are the two biggest things that you would tell a trader watching this who aspires to be a funded trader like yourself, aspires to get payouts, aspires to improve their daily routine, their mindset, their technical edge? Like, what two biggest things, what would you say?
I think for me, two biggest thing, if we want to really name the two biggest things, one, join Evolution Market. I'm joking. But yeah,
I
you have to join
didn't pay you
Evolution
to say
Market.
that.
No, you didn't. You didn't. We didn't even talk about it. But well, what has worked for me, I'm gonna put it out there. Evolution Market. This is not even a promotion, but it's just what it is. It's just like me telling you you're having a dry throat, drink water. It's the best advice I'm giving you. It is what it is. If I have tried any other community out there and they've made me successful, trust me, I'm going to be blowing their trumpet right now. So it is what I've tried. It is what I've used. It is what is working for me. And I'm only going to tell you the market that is making my skin glow. So, which
I
is
appreciate
joining
that.
Evolution Market. But
So
apart from
what
that,
would you say are the two
but
things that stood out to you since like December when you joined? I know you were here with us for a month in December and then you
yeah.
decided to rejoin again and you're back
Mm-hmm.
with us now. So what are the two biggest things that you've took from Evolution Markets then that has really excelled your trading results?
So I say, yeah, I was going to get this. So it's one, it's the time management in the terms of the systematic mathematical process of taking trades. You know, it's not like, okay, I'm getting a break of structure. I'm just going to enter the market. For example, even the evolved evolution market strategy, which is TPT, TPO2, OT second version, it's now waiting for double breaks of a certain market structure before you then look to take that bias. So either a sell bias or bullish or bearish bias, you need two breaks for you to then say, okay, you know what, I am going to jump into the market. No, not actually jump into, I'm going to start considering getting into this bias. So in both strategies, there's always that wait mechanism, that's patience. I'll say one, my patience level has grown. So I think the advice here is in trading, you would actually get rich when you wait, but you get broke if you're in a rush. I think
Yeah,
that's if you really
absolutely.
want to drive those Lamborghinis, if you really they are achievable, it's there. Let's be honest, they
Just
are
takes time,
achievable,
right?
but you would get it easily and earlier if you are more patient, but you would delay the process and even become frustrated and even quit if you get in a rush. I think that's the simplest way I can paint the picture,
Yeah, yeah.
for everyone to see. Because me being patient and taking less trades are more profitable than me taking 20, 15 trades a day and getting a break even. So I'm taking a trade,
Absolutely.
I got $500, and the next trade I'm on minus 700, 200, and you're taking 20 trades and you're just break even for the day than someone taking two trades a week and they're actually profitable. So again, it's that balance of actually waiting, I would say. Now, another thing, the second thing again is the ability to be disciplined, following your trading plan. For example, we have good trading plan with Evolution Market, and so again, it's two things: patience and discipline. So once you're patient and you're disciplined enough to follow your plan, I would say there is no reason why you shouldn't be successful.
Absolutely. Love that. And in order to get to a place where you can really work on your patience and discipline, would you agree you need the trade plan in place first?
Definitely, which is why I said the first one, joint evolution
Yeah,
market.
absolutely. Sometimes because you can be searching wondrously, all these ICT videos on YouTube
Mhm.
and then tell yourself, I
Oh,
still want to be patient and
yeah.
disciplined, but you're following 10 different mentors or trading, five different ICT strategies. And I know there are ICT traders out there that are doing really well, so it's not a dig, but it's just like you said earlier, it's finding one strategy or one person, whoever that is, and then focusing on that and being able to explain to someone or write down in less than a 30-second period exactly what their trade plan is. That's key. If you can't do that, then you need to go back to the drawing board. Forget your patience and your discipline and your routines. You need a technical edge that you can write down confidently without thinking about it for the next 25 minutes or flicking through 17 pages of a journal, right? So it's got to be almost subconscious that you know exactly what you're doing when you're looking at the charts. And it didn't take you long to learn that from us. And it's solidified in your brain now. So it can't take much more than a few minutes to analyze the charts in the morning.
Definitely.
So thanks very much, Precious, for having yourself on the call today. It's been great sharing your journey. Thanks for sharing all of those insights and the things that have really helped you. You know, the pitfalls that you've gone down, the times where it's been tough, and then exactly where you're at now. So, you know, you're a funded trader, and like you say, you might lose that funded account, and statistically, you probably will at some point. But you've got the skill now. The skill is acquired. The funding account is just a tool. So, you know, does a plumber keep the same tools for the next 25, 30 years? No, he'll go through them. Some will break, some will go missing. He might make a few mistakes.
Get a new one. Yeah.
He'll get some new ones. But does he lose the skill? No. Does it take him 3, 4, 5 years to obtain that skill? Yes.
Yeah.
Once you're disciplined, and not everyone makes it through, you know, school of construction. Some people drop out. It's the ones that keep going that are successful. You obtain that skill, whether you're a plumber or a joiner, whether you're a boxer or a footballer or a trader. You've just got to stick at it, find what works for you. For some people, it takes longer than other people. But when you found something that, like we've discussed, is mechanical enough that you don't have to spend hours looking at the charts, and you can explain it or write it down in less than a 30-second period what your trade plan is, that's when you can work on your self-development, which is things like your patience, your discipline. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the car that you want on the drive, or are you focusing on just the process, which will then deliver the car eventually in due course, right? So yeah, thanks again for coming on. And
thank you, Scott.
I'll see you in Discord later on today, no doubt.
Sure.
And anyone watching the video on YouTube or wherever we post this video, please let me know, and let Precious know as well what you thought about the interview. What's the one key takeaway that you found from this video? And is there any questions that you wanted to ask Precious as well? Anything that you want to ask him that we didn't cover in the interview? That would be awesome to see. So comment them below, and we'll see you on the next one.